بالله من الشيطان الغير الرجيم. موضوع الذكر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين أبي القاسم محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين وسيد الخلق أجمعين، وعلى بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه غير المنتجبين. وأنتم في حلقة جديدة مع الشيخ المعالج أبو عرب. وأنا أعتبر نفسي واحد من أقوى المعالجين الروحانيين على وجه الأرض بالعلاج من بعيد، علاج البيوت المسكونة والمستشفيات المسكونة والقصور المسكونة وأي شيء مسكون بالجن حتى ولو كانت جزيرة، وكذلك أي إنسان بمس أو جن أو سحر أستطيع أن أعالجه من بعيد. يعني لو اجتمعت سحرة العالم على إنسان وسحره، أقسم بالله العظيم صادقا، أقسم بالله العظيم صادقا إني أملك العلوم اللي يعالج بها أي إنسان في أي مكان على وجه الأرض، سواء كان بجن أو سحر. فقط أحتاج اسمه واسم أبوه واسم جده وعنوان سكنه، ابتداء من اسم الدولة انتهاء برقم الدار. للتواصل اترك رقم تليفوني دائما في أول تعليق، واللي ما ينزل على التعليقات رقم تليفوني هو 0096477803564984. هذا واتساب وإيمو وفايبر. طبعا اليوم جايب لكم كم لقطة عن البيوت المسكونة، أرجو أن تنال إعجابكم.
Even those in the afterlife get a little peckish. The entity in this video, captured by Julia, can't get enough of the kitchen utensils. Take a look.
Это фигня упала.
На гривны переключи. На гривны, наверное, сейчас комбинация.
Ты же готов? Яйца пожарь. Толк будет.
Seems like this poltergeist just wants to cook some eggs, and also cause people to throw them halfway across the room by turning random things on. Honestly, no idea what could have moved the kitchen utensils so smoothly. How on earth did the pan move like that? And how did an invisible force turn the hob on? Strings physically can't do that, right? Seems like right at the end, the guy decided enough was enough and thought he might as well give the poltergeist some eggs to cook while it was at it.
YouTube channel Deranged Sajib uploaded this scary ghost video, claiming to be some footage of an Arabian ghost jinn caught on camera. Are you intrigued to find out more about jinn videos from Arabia? Are these any different from the other jinn footage that we've brought you? Let's take a look.
لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم، له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه، يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم، ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء، وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض.
That was weird. It looks like smoke, but something about it doesn't seem quite right. The ghost hunter was asking for a paranormal punch in the face. As we already know, every time they start praying in places like these, they're definitely asking for one. Did he get it though? Let's find out.
Bismillah. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل فيكم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم، لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم، له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه، يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم، ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء، وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض.
The deed is not done yet. The Jinn seems pretty pissed off. Let's watch the moment that he made the ghost hunter use his spare pants for the rest of the night.
ومن كان في سحر معقود فاضطر. في صوت. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم، لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم، له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه.
What do you think about this one? Is it raw paranormal activity footage or something else? Leave a comment below with the words real or fake.
Abandoned, run-down houses have never been good news, especially not for TikTok user Abel3E and his close friend. His friend lives near a small abandoned shack at the end of a dark, overgrown alleyway, surrounded by a wire fence. But is the fence there to keep things out or keep things in? The owner of the property will not allow anyone to enter the area in order to capture footage of the creepy-ass grounds. But it turns out, when you have access to a security camera, you don't need to find horrors. They come and find you. They capture what looks like a white shadowy figure of a little girl drifting past a camera. It seems as though she came out of the abandoned house. Some commenters have theorized that it could just be a firefly, but when we zoom in and watch the figure's movements, it is clearly walking like a human being. It could just be a small child playing in the grass, but why would a kid be playing out on their own in the dark? And why does it look so ghostly and pale? Let us know what you think in the comment section down below.
Have you ever heard suspect creaks, groans and bangs in the dead of night? Have you brushed them off as standard things that just go bump? Or, like the guys over at Llama Paranormal on YouTube, could those noises be something a little more deliberate? They claim they live in a house over 100 years old that is packed to the brim with spirits. So they began documenting their experience when it all became a little too much to handle. The videos start with common, unexplainable events, things falling, sliding, crashing and banging, with no sign of any culprit around to cause the chaos. The faces behind the channel say that for months they have been hearing strange scratching noises and footsteps, leading them to believe that they had intruders most nights. After the activity took a turn for the worse, they decided to record everything they could. Watch closely as more and more things appear to spring into action.
Hello?
Oh, that's amazing. It's in the gym. Watch it. Yeah, me. Because it's...
No, it's not when it's night, it's all shut all the windows. And I've shut the fire off so I don't put it on the back of the
Yeah, but it's not straight, is it?
Just recording because it never seems to get anything.
Tell me you got that on camera.
What?
These games and DVDs of movies for myself.
Whatever.
Dad. So we
Marie. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, man.
Did you catch it? Either the shelves on that unit are far too wonky, or something is deliberately shoving items to the floor. But then, something even worse happens. As the uploaders creep into the kitchen, unbeknownst to them, something was awaiting their approach.
Oh, hey, what's going on? Whoa.
That moved as though someone was pulling it out, offering a seat. After this horrifying experience, they decided they had to do something about the ghastly ghouls. Sage smudging kit in hand, the uploaders attempt to cleanse their house. But something, or someone, clearly isn't very happy about that. It could be a complete coincidence, but it seems odd that the paranormal activity ramped up when action was taken against it. After this, the uploaders say that the events got even worse, and boy were they telling the truth. Watch the chaos quickly ricochet through the whole room. The truck seems to be on a planned collision course with the other toy. And how did the chair move like that again? This couldn't be the work of strings or motors, and the patterns in the movement seem extremely common. The uploaders must have figured this out as well, as they took one final step by using a spirit box to finally make contact. This didn't go all too well, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. Off camera, a chair is knocked over once again, signifying the end of the session, leaving the uploaders dazed and confused as to what could be plaguing their lives.
Doors are usually the prime suspect for bumps and thumps in the night, and those noises can often be attributed to air pressure. But in these scary TikTok clips, it's quite hard to rule out any paranormal tomfoolery. Let's watch.
What do you expect to make money, Julie, if you don't like to work? Julie, my door just fucking opened. What? No, stop. What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? Bitch, it's not even that late. Kevin's not home from work yet. What? Oh my god. What the fucking... No. Oh! No. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What the Julie, you're fucking lying. You're fucking lying. Oh! No. 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 What the...
No clue why he has so many doors, but one thing is for sure. Someone, or something, is deliberately wreaking havoc around the apartment. Commenters seem relatively suspicious that the dog did not respond at all, but others have said the events could be routine by now, so the dog is probably used to it. Plus, the way the guy reacts is surely not the way you would react after witnessing this type of activity. But this dude doesn't seem to be too scared at all. Seriously, there could have been a sea of people hidden behind the doorways. And nothing explains the sliding chair at the end when the camera pans quickly to give us a full view of the room. And there's clearly no one around. After this, the uploader decided to bust out the Ouija board, as you do. By now, you can probably see where this is going, can't you?
Is anybody there? Is anybody there? What the fuck's that? No.
We have to get out. We have to get out.
Something definitely sprinted towards the room, and they're probably lucky they managed to get the door shut in time. While the footage could be doctrine, the ambient noise and volume seems too genuine to be faked. Commenters were rightfully going crazy in the comments over the noise and the silly usage of that creepy board. Some lessons we can take from this are: you should never play around with Ouija boards, but if you do, make sure you close the freaking doors first. And don't forget to also close the session before you take your fingers off the planchette. Otherwise, you might be leaving yourself and your home vulnerable to more hauntings. But this didn't seem to resonate the first time for this TikToker and his companion, because they only went and did the same thing again in a new apartment.
Is anybody there? Can you give us a sign? Can you give us a sign? Oh my God. Oh my God. There's no way. No way. Dude, there's nobody in here. There's nobody in here. What is going on? Oh.
It seems like this noisy poltergeist has clung to them. While the apartment is all dark, we can see clearly enough to tell that there's no room for anyone to hide off camera. So where are the noises coming from? What do you think? Real or fake? Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to bump the like button and subscribe to avoid missing our weekly Spookfest.
Now you can't even get away from paranormal activity in the local pub. The Red Lion pub in Southampton managed to record some eye-widening footage. Now the pint glass looked sturdy, and glass can only explode like that at a certain PSI. Sturdy glass can withstand shock, so the pressure in the air must have drastically changed out of nowhere. Faulty design, or a spirit who really doesn't like Stella Artois? Let us know what you think of this spontaneous exploding glass down below in the comments.
Fun fact, having the store doors locked for the night is not enough to stop a poltergeist from doing their weekly shopping. In this particular case, the store assistant that opened up in the morning was in for a huge paranormal punch in the face when he realised the CCTV cameras caught this terrifying footage. Let's watch. Some commenters seem suspicious of the paper flying upwards towards a crack in the ceiling, but that still doesn't explain anything else that we see here. It's like someone or something is running through the store and trashing it for fun, while we could assume the shopping trolley to be pulled with a string. We still can't explain how the hell it makes a turn. 2 strings on each side pulled one after another? Or just a poltergeist pissed off with the lack of discounts across the shelves? Let us know if you think this is real or fake in the comments section.
Staying late after school can feel a little off, like something is missing. Maybe walking down those empty corridors when they're usually filled with other people plays on your mind, makes you paranoid. But for these receptionists, the paranoia was well and truly justified. The first girl bolted quicker than you can shout zoinks.
Zoinks! 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 Zoinks!
The second girl just wasn't having any of it. Commenters seem dead set on the fact that these illusions have been pulled off with the aid of a string. But the reaction seems so genuine. If this isn't paranormal evidence, it must be a prank pulled by some brat. The delayed responses, the quickening steps, these women are genuinely in shock. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments.
Zoinks!
A security guard at a hospital in Thailand was left speechless after checking the CCTV camera. He didn't believe in paranormal entities until he witnessed this jaw-dropping scary video. Let's watch. Believe it or not, the hospital staff still insist that the wheelchair is manual and there was no wind that could possibly move it in the way it did. There was certainly no one around during the witching hour, as we can clearly see in the footage. So, does this mean the wheelchair was moving all by itself? While skeptics will probably associate this jump cut with a brake that would allow someone to change the direction of a string, the incident sparked concern among those who knew the backstory of this particular wheelchair. Apparently, it belonged to the hospital's former director, who used it day and night right until the time he died. Just a few days before, his family donated the wheelchair to the hospital, and that was also a few days before this bizarre incident happened. Everyone at the facility got so scared that they won't go anywhere near that creepy-ass wheelchair. What do you think? Strings or a real attachment? Let us know in the comments.
Fancy a warm meal, a hot bath, a comfortable bed, and a few paranormal punches in the face along the way? Then the Jefferson Hotel in Texas is just the right place for you. These walls have a rich history, ranging from cotton workers to good time girls to sneaky runners of speakeasies, and none of them are gone undocumented. Although, not in the way you might think. Alleged ghostly happenings have filled this hotel's review pages to the brim with spooky testimonials and created a true modern legend. And when the hotel you're staying at has a Book of the Dead behind reception, you know you're in for one hell of a ride. Many people have spent the night there in the hopes of capturing some of the paranormal phenomena, and almost all of them, especially YouTuber Ray Corrupt, got a little more than they bargained for.
This dog is moving. This dog literally just moved.
At this point, dolls should just be labelled nightmare fuel. It could have been some off-screen trickery, but something about the way the doll's head turned towards the camera, just after being spoken about, was enough to send chills down his spine. But this was far from the only creepy-ass activity that people have managed to catch on camera in the hotel. The hotel's own YouTube channel has captured some behind-the-scenes footage. Keep your eye on the rack leaning against the desk. At first watch, it just looks like an innocent fall, but when we analyse it a little bit more, we can see there might be something else behind the tumble. The guy's reaction is one of confusion. He tries to grab a hold of anything before it clatters to the ground, but he soon realised nothing was falling. It just shifted slightly, like something was trying to get his attention. And by the looks of it, the spooky happenings are spread throughout the whole hotel. Falling objects are all well and good, but what's a spooky top 5 list without some doors slamming on their own? Keep your eyes on the top of the screen and watch carefully. You might be sat there, thinking to yourself, it's just the breeze. But as usual, the manager of the hotel had to try and debunk what the camera captured, and the result might make your blood run cold. The door has a stop to it. Even the manager can't just yank it open easily. It takes a whole lot of force just to get it partway open. But perhaps it was just a really strong wind? Unless there were some gale force winds going on outside that day, there's no way in hell that door was swinging open hard enough to knock that solid candelabra over. And the cherry on top of the cake is that the door physically doesn't close on its own. It only opens. The Jefferson Hotel will forever go down in history as one of the most haunted buildings in America, and it's clear why.
After being tired of coming back to a messy house and finding things placed where he certainly didn't leave them, YouTuber Darker Luz decided to start leaving a camera recording to see what the hell is going on inside his home when he's not around. But he didn't expect the terrifying discovery he made. Take a look. Yeah, it looks like the house he bought came with a hidden perk. A friggin' poltergeist. Back in 2013, it wasn't that easy for a homemade video to use software masking techniques that allowed such seamless movement. Plus, paranormal YouTube creators would basically earn peanuts from their videos, if anything? Would he really buy expensive software just to make a couple of fake videos for YouTube? At some point we can see that there is a mattress perfectly flat, so there is clearly no one between the quilt and the mattress, nor the base of the bed and the floor. Also, at the end of the video we can see a drawer opening too, giving us further proof that there couldn't be anyone doing the weird movements under the quilt anyway. While it would be easy to pull the quilt with a string, the mirror shows that no one is on the other side. Here's another one that will leave you baffled. Initially, it looked like someone could be underneath lifting the case. However, after close inspection, we can only see 2 pencils and a black strip which certainly doesn't look like a trapdoor. Even if there was a hole in it, it is still too far away from the wall to lift the bottom part of the suitcase the way it did. What do you think? Could this be real paranormal evidence, or just a dude chasing his 5 minutes of fame? Let us know in the comment section.
If you've been watching our channel since we started in 2021, or if you've gone on a blood-curdling binge watch of all of our videos, you might remember Sabia L. She documented her life living with what she felt to be a poltergeist that eventually forced her to move out of her apartment But it never stops there, does it? Before we get too far ahead though, let's start from the beginning. Back in her old home, Sabia L began experiencing things that made her hesitantly peer behind every corner. But whatever is haunting her home seems to be pretty happy letting us all know where it is. Watch closely.
Oh my god, allemaal shit in mijn huis. Ik weet niet waar het vandaan komt. What the fuck is dat? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Something is lurking in the kitchen, trying to lure her inside. The light switch frantically flickers on and off, clearly freaking her out, until she courageously sprints right into the chaos, only to show us an empty kitchen with her drawers and cupboards wide open, that if you remember from the start, were all closed. Did you spot any jump cuts? We didn't either. Even after going frame by frame while she kept the camera locked on the kitchen's entrance. Creepy, isn't it? After this, she backs away breathlessly.
What the fuck is er aan de hand?
The room is engulfed in darkness once more, and it looks like someone couldn't stay hidden back in the shadows. Is that the culprit behind all the chaos? We know from some of her comments that this kind of activity was already pushing her to save money to move out. But what else could have tormented Sabia L to this extreme? Well, the more we watch, the more we understand why she chose to leave.
De lamp is stil. Dat is dat vieze, creepy huiskeukentje. Kijk, dat bedoel ik dus. Dat is het licht. Vorige keer kwam dit. Dit gaan we doen weer. Zie, er is hier dus. Dit is dus het lichtknopje. Het is helemaal niet. Deze deur is gewoon dicht. Er is hier gewoon echt helemaal niemand. Pak. Zie je zo'n ding? Kijk. Dat bedoel ik dus. Dat bedoel ik dus. Oh my god. Er is hier echt helemaal niemand.
matter how quickly or nimbly she sprints into the room, there is never anybody there. The fact that she keeps the camera locked to the paranormal hotspots and shows us the area around it is as awesome as the fact that she remains sane enough to continue recording her hellish home. Sure, it seems like everything she lingers over with the camera comes to life, but does that really give us enough reason to call it a fake before watching more videos? Or is there an entity that wants us to know of its presence? Or whatever it wants, it's certainly making a mess.
Kijk. Het gaat er ook al vandoor. Is dit allemaal? Ik vind het helemaal niet leuk. Hij blijft rollen. Oh my god. Wat is dit? Oh. Hij blijft rollen. Oh. Wat is dit, joh?
Commenters have been jumping to offer her advice on the situation, telling her to watch her cat for strange reactions or behaviours, to set up multiple hidden cameras to catch everything even clearer, and to be careful of her valuables. One commenter told her to move her guitar if it was pricey or sentimental, and we can see why. Though it seems that turning lights on and off is this entity's favourite pastime.
Licht elke keer. Oh. Dat was een stem. Dat was een stem. Oh, jezus.
More activity happens in the apartment, slowly driving her to her breaking point. Her lights keep swinging and her mental state seems to dwindle more and more, until she witnesses something even more incriminating.
Vorige keer was daar die... Ik wil schaduw, iets. Oh, die keuken. Nou, hier hebben we die... gekke dingetje. Wat is dit, joh? Het gordijn.
looks like someone is fidgeting with the curtains before opening them. This entity is relishing in the fear that it's striking into the hearts of Sabia L and her viewers. And after that, she catches something so unexpected that we can only imagine how far she jumped out of her skin.
Mijn schaduw. Oh, dat gordijntje. Dicht. Jezus. Fuck was dat, ja. Wat
Well, at least it was a bottle and not a knife. Her courage here is endless, as no matter how terrified she is, she always scopes out the whole area. The description of this video shows how much of a toll her apartment is taking on her, as she describes her wishes to move out and escape her living nightmare. She advertised a GoFundMe page to help with moving expenses, as the paranormal activity has worn her down so much that she has to resort to sleeping elsewhere. And we can understand why. The footage from this video is filmed slightly differently. Rather than walking around and recording, she has left the camera overnight on a wide shot of the living room and kitchen doorway, and she captured some terrifying footage. This was the last straw. On the 12th of September, Sabia L packed up her stuff and moved into a new residence. She posted an optimistic final video entitled, "Last video, haunted apartment in the Netherlands. No more poltergeist activity for me." The clip shows the apartment all packed up, with no items being flung across the room for once. When she moves into her new place, everything seems fine. She felt like she had finally released herself from the chains of her previous apartment. But just like any other story, it didn't end there.
dat lichtknipper weer. Gaan we uit in de hal. In het nieuwe huis. Dat. Oh, ik durf niet.
to its old ways. You can hear the tendrils of dread creeping up into her throat, seizing her vocal cords as all she can do is stammer, desperately trying to record her nightmare once again, and what she ends up seeing will probably do the same to you.
Oh. Oh. Ik durf echt niet. Donder op, ik ga er niet.
A dark figure stood looming at the end of the hall, and as she staggers back into the living room, she hears it move. It seems to be more active than it was in the old apartment. Could the spirit be attached to an item she took with her on the move? Commenters have been telling her to move again and leave her belongings just in case, but she's only just moved in. For once, we hoped there would be no more videos, for her sanity's sake, but the videos kept pouring out. She posted 2 terrifying videos of night vision doorbell camera footage. Have a look for yourself. No matter where she is, Sabiel's bookshelves are never safe. Her furniture also seems to have a life of its own now too. Every ornament or object she has laying around her living room gets thrown around. Some of her items are dragged across the floor for good measure as well. Take a look. This poltergeist seems to be working on the feng shui of the room, and it's trying to break a few things while it's at it. Could this be the spirit trying to break through into our realm? Or could it be an actor, lurking in the shadows for a good shot? Let us know in the comments section. Her paranormal investigation skills are some of the best that we have seen, and these hauntings are not over for her. Stay updated on Sabia L's Waking Nightmare by subscribing to her channel because she's uploaded some new terrifying videos recently, and you don't want to miss them.
Adventures Jassim, the Dark Knight, has made a few well-earned spectacular appearances on our channel in the past. His love of scoping out the place is so abandoned and so mystical that nobody else dares visit, has secured him as one of the most hardcore paranormal investigators we know. But as brave as he may be, the activity he experiences still leave him on his spare pants by the end of the night.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. بسم الله. لا إله إلا الله. ما الباب سكر ولا يكرهوا لي هنا يا جماعة الخير. بسم الله. بسم الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا إله إلا الله.
Someone either wants to keep Jassim out or keep him locked in. Did you notice the door opening, and without any jump cuts he quickly shows us the entire room? Whatever is lurking around this building also seems to enjoy putting up a chair everywhere Jassim goes.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
But hey, let's grab the educational side of this compilation again and let our Middle Eastern Rambo teach you how to deal with a pesky poltergeist.
الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه بما شاء، وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
لا إله إلا الله.
And that, my friends, is how you show who's the boss. But Jassim is not the only one to step into this very building to have a dick measuring contest with the entity. Another paranormal investigator, adventurer Allah, decided to go there another night and do a little more digging, but he underestimated just how much danger he was getting himself into.
الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء. استودعوني يا جماعة. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله، حصنت نفسي بالحي القيوم. لا يا جماعة، لا يا جماعة، لا.
The doors just kept slamming and swinging like there's no tomorrow, and something seems to be trying to chase him out. Although we can't see exactly what, something has actually hurt him during this investigation.
طالعوا، أقسم بالله جاب وجهي.
While it's just a small graze, he sounds distraught. What could have shaken him up so bad? Well, we're about to find out.
والله يا جماعة يدي تعورني. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل فيكم.
Those shells almost crushed him. Something really doesn't want anyone to venture too deep into the building. But why? There could well be someone crouched behind the countertops on the other side, but something about the desolate yet agonizing atmosphere says otherwise. He ventures past the rickety furniture into another room, and that's when we realize that this supposed entity has had enough of just toying with its prey.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. إيش هذا؟ والله بغطي عليه اقسم بالله. اكيد فيها شيء يا جماعه. ابوك. لا 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 لا. خلاص يا جماعة، لا إله إلا الله. يا جماعة أقسم بالله العظيم خطيرين هذول. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل فيكم. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل.
The trays and shelves nearly hit him in the face. He probably realized here that he was in a little over his head, so he flees. You heard the standard crashes and bangs as he ran away, but something that caught our eye was the cupboard again. The activity is following him. No clue what could be awaiting us behind the beaten down doors to that building, but one thing is for certain. It certainly doesn't want anyone in there. But what do you think of these weird clips? Could this weird-ass building really be haunted? Let us know in the comments.
TikTok user Unicorn has a keen eye for interior design, and it seems like someone else in the house is trying to show their appreciation for it. After hearing some strange noises coming from her daughter's bedroom while no one should have been there at the time, she decides to do what every TikToker would do, grabs her phone and starts filming. But what she captured on the camera sent her bolting for the front door in sheer horror. Take a look. How the hell did that happen? This footage looks completely unedited, and if there was a string being pulled by the wayside, it wouldn't have pushed the opposite hanging beads against each other the way that it did. Just like someone as small as a child was putting a finger right on the spot. This movement could only happen if someone were gently shifting the beads open. But there was clearly no one there. It would be extremely hard to edit out someone from the footage, with so many beads continuously swinging at the same time. Commenters seemed pretty concerned for Unicorn's well-being, but the uploader reassured them all by saying that they're used to this kind of activity. Nothing too harmful has happened so far, although the dead spirit out in the front garden tells us otherwise.
School time is enough to drive anyone's head a bit balmy, but in this video, posted by Clip Horn 2, there may be something more than algebra scaring those kids away. The room is so open and barren. There's nowhere for anyone to hide. So who or what was gently unwedging the chair pile, and why? It gets creepier as we watch the paranormal investigator nervously circle the room a few more times. When the table shifts slightly. Could this be someone tugging at a strategically placed string, or something a little more sinister? Whatever it is, it's wreaking havoc all around the room. Even the whiteboard is half torn off the wall right behind him. But when he goes to investigate what could be behind it, there is nothing but a smooth, untainted wall there. So how the hell is that board moving? After all that, he tries to play it cool, but one quick glance at his legs shows how much he regrets not bringing any spare trousers. Could this be raw paranormal activity footage, or the result of some angry off-screen string pulling? Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to bump the like button and subscribe. Actually, don't subscribe just yet. We'll earn your subscription by the end of this scary compilation.
No one enjoys working overtime, especially not when you're accompanied by something unknown. Facebook page Wujud Paranormal Team posted some CCTV footage of a woman experiencing a real-life nightmare right in her office. The chair starts moving gently, like someone is sitting down on it, shifting around cockily. After it scoots backwards violently, the woman snaps her eyes up only to see nothing aside from a swaying chair. But she is not left alone, as a bottle is flung onto the floor. She's clearly freaked out and has no idea what is going on, but she bravely attempts to continue her work until the entity strikes once more. By pulling her back in her chair, can you see the grey outline behind the chair? Brilliant editing, or a true poltergeist showing itself on camera? Let us know what you think down below. But she is not left alone, as a bottle is flung onto the floor. She's clearly freaked out and has no idea what is going on, but she bravely attempts to continue her work until the entity strikes once more. By pulling her back in her chair, can you see the grey outline behind the chair? Brilliant editing, or a true poltergeist showing itself on camera? Let us know what you think down below. YouTube channel Fourth Wall has been sparking some controversy between skeptics and believers due to the bone-chilling footage they uploaded this year. But before we get to that creepy-ass video, let's quickly go back to how it all started. Long story short, Maguro, who now owns a house he believes to be haunted, reached out to the Fourth Wall to share his weird experiences with the world. He claims that the previous owner, Mr. Ichiara, bought it at a bargain price and sold it to him at an even lower rate. During a chat between them, Maguru also found out that 2 of its previous owners left in a hurry shortly after buying it. But when he asked why, everything started to make sense. Ichihara wasn't so scared when he captured his cat acting weird and things moving on their own. The true fear only came to him when he started seeing the ghost of a young man he refers to as the guy. He even used an app to create a sketch of the apparition, which turned out to be pretty accurate according to him. Fast forward to 2021, Maguro got hold of some paranormal footage that has been circulating around other compilation channels, but it's what he captured in 2022 that made his blood run cold. Take a look. At first, it just looks like your average paranormal video, but what makes it a lot creepier is the fact that the water can never come out from both ends. If you turn the handle one way, the water comes out the tap, but if you turn it the other way, it comes out of the shower. According to him, it is physically impossible to turn both ends on at the same time. So what the hell is going on here? Raw paranormal activity footage, or a very clever way to get views on YouTube? Let us know in the comments. Before we show you the following bone-chilling clips, let's start with the backstory so we can understand why YouTuber William Sloan experienced so much paranormal activity in his house. According to him, things got really weird after he had an Ouija board session with his friend, despite his wife's attempts to discourage them. For Sloan, it was just another attempt to unearth the truth about his centuries-old house. The session was successful as they communicated with an entity called James. His wife was so disturbed that they had to cut the session short though. However, during the following weeks, things went from bad to worse, making Sloan assured that he needed to investigate more and do something really quickly. Time was running out and the paranormal activities were getting intense. He investigated for 2 whole months whenever his wife went out to meet her parents. And finally, after 40 minutes of sitting around trying to capture something paranormal, he was able to get a hold of his first solid piece of evidence on a dark, eerie night. Let's watch. Please. One more. Just one more. You might be thinking that a string would do that job pretty well, and so did we when we first came across this clip. But the more clips we watched from his house, the more convincing things became. Okay, I've been going over the footage from last night, and it's pretty crazy.
and I don't know what's going on, but I tell you, I've been blaming my cats since I got them for pulling my records off the shelf. And I don't know, sometimes it might be them, but it definitely wasn't last night. I've been going over this footage, and I noticed something that was driving me crazy. I couldn't figure out what it was, but the box, when it slid across the table there towards the end, right before it gets to the plate that the stuff was on, you hear like a ting sound. And that was driving me nuts because I couldn't figure out where that sound was coming from. And then I realized that the lighter is askew. And I tried to recreate this, and I think that accounts for the noise. Listen. You hear that? So yeah, I think that is what that noise was, but it was driving me nuts because I couldn't figure out what it was.
Feeling confident that an entity called James was still occupying his house and moving objects at will, Sloan kept capturing different activities on camera. Here's another weird experience that drove him nuts.
I'm not convinced. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Do it again. Come on. Holy shit. Do it again. Holy shit.
One thing is for sure, this guy isn't short of creativity as he keeps trying different tricks to figure out what's causing the strange activities in his house. Let's watch what he had up his sleeve next.
You see that? Is that happening? Oh, God. You fucking see this? You see that plunger? Oh my God, James. That was good. I couldn't hear you, but I seen it. Dude, hit it real hard. I know you're trying. Just whatever you got, just give it all you got and just hit it one good time. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay. Oh God. I'll leave you alone. Thank you, James. Oh my God. Just for the sake of being called a crazy man, it is just a bell. And if you look here on the inside of it, just a plunger and a hammer. No motors, nothing. Jeez. Oh my God. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Instead of relying on new technology, he opted for the old-fashioned way, like a boss. Fair enough though, as it's easier to fake ghost videos using new technology than traditional objects like this call bell. The bell clearly moved on its own, and the button on the top was literally pressed. But how did this happen when no one touched it? Thrilled by the session, this dude decided to give it another go, this time using another unusual object.
Can you do it one more time? James. One more time. Thank you. Oh, shit.
The activity he captured is pretty weird indeed. This TikToker thought he had achieved his lifelong dream when he built his own house, but it turned out to be his worst nightmare. While he was announcing his new achievement, he heard a bit of commotion in the other room and decided to investigate. But what he found there sent him bolting into the night quicker than a freight train. Take a look.
Dito, so, dito. Buksan natin yung yung ilaw. Kasi parang may naramdaman talaga ako eh. Ito. Ina! Yun! Putang ina! Shit! Ah, shit! Ina! Ayun! Shit! Putang ina!
We can see him walking the length of the room with no obstructions, even passing between the red chair and the door, where a string could have been pulled if this was a fake video. Now, you're probably thinking that he must have jumped over the string while heading to the door. Check out the terrifying video he captured a few months later before making up your mind, because this one is a little harder to explain.
Kalilipat lang kasi namin dito eh. May mahingi na yun. Walang mag-isa dito eh. Natin ilaw. Wala yun. Patay, sira ang cellphone ko. Wala. Ayun. Sa tilaw. Wala namang tao eh. Ano yun?
His phone went flying across the room, and there is no space for anyone to hide, considering we get clear reflections on the window and a full wide shot of the entire place. Did you also notice the gravity-defying chair getting suspended in mid-air a few seconds before touching the floor? Whether you believe these scary videos to be real or fake, would you carry on building that house after the first signs of paranormal activity? Let us know in the comments.
If you've been watching our scary compilations for a while, you'll probably remember our dear friend Matty Magarachi. After chatting with him on TikTok to know more details about his haunted house, we featured his creepy-ass videos last year when the paranormal activity around his place became too much for him. Since then, he has faced the terrifying reality of the place where his house was built, which offered an explanation to his paranormal experiences. His whole family and one of his friends who happened to live in the same area as him had been living in fear of strange things happening around their homes. One day, Matty received a message from that very friend, confirming that the spooky events they experienced were the result of their homes being built on what was once a Native American burial ground. Ever since he found this out, stuff has only been getting spookier. Even the dogs refuse to go into his bedroom now.
Come here. Come here. Come here, Lions. As you can see, none of my dogs like coming in my room. Come here. Come here. None of my dogs will come in my room. They'll stay on the outside. Not one of them will come in. I'll try and get them to come in. See, gone. They refuse to come in my room.
But just because the activity is getting worse, it doesn't mean that the signs weren't already there. Here's what happened to him and his friends when he was younger.
With the original board, not this board, the one that I burned, right? Me and my boys, we had a seance. When I was in high school, like a bunch of f***ing assholes. We got candles, right? We lit up all the candles around the board. We did it in the living room, turned off every f***ing light in the house. And we did the dumbest thing that you could ever do when playing a Ouija board. Can you take a guess? We asked it to show us a sign, right? Hey, Ouija board, can you show us a sign, or whatever spirits we're talking to, can you show us a sign? Nothing happened, and we're like, this bull, nothing's going on, my friends are saying. We blew out the candles. Now, mind you, at that time, I had 2 giant English Mastiffs, like in The Sandlot. Big dogs, like 200 pounds each. And usually, like, they're hovering around us, they want to be pet, you know, they're sitting by us. They're nowhere to be found. And we're like, yo, where's Freckles and Samson? That was their names. So we're like, well, I don't know, what the fuck? So we're literally searching the entire house. Can't find them. Nowhere to be found. It was like a fucking huge thunderstorm that night too. Monsoon, raining like a motherfucker outside. And we're looking for these 2 dogs. Can't find them anywhere. Nowhere to be fucking found. Every room that we looked in, we did this. Freckles, Samson, you in here? No, they're not here. Shut the door. So by the time we were done, like 25, 30 minutes later, every door in the house was shut. Because we looked in that room. So we were like, fuck, these dogs had to have gone out somehow. My mom, my dad are in the car, driving around, fucking pouring rain, looking for these dogs. I'm bugging the fuck out. We call animal control and we say, listen, we have 2 giant dogs. We can't find them. They're gone. We come back in the house. We hear crying. They're both in the tub of a bathroom. We shut the door. In the tub, that's like you have to shut.
As if the house being built on a Native American burial ground and the Ouija board instance weren't enough already, Matty had to top things up by adding a haunted doll to the mix. How and why did he get his hands on a creepy doll? We don't want to know. But what we should all be interested in is how and why it is so powerful, because it left Matty a trembling mess.
Yo, what the f*** was that noise just now? Someone at the front door? The fuck? Bro! What the fuck? Bro, there's a hole in the ceiling! How the fuck? Dude! How the fuck? Bro! What the fuck? Yo, the doll is right there! Bro! My parents are gonna kill me! They're gonna think this was me! I got video, bro, what the fuck? How could this even happen? Yo, this is up. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck?
While there's no proof of who or what smashed the hole in the ceiling, it's hard to find a decent reason as to why anyone living there would do that in the first place, and why would they leave the weird doll hanging? People who watched his live stream just a few minutes before quickly jumped to the comment section, confirming that it had not been him either. Honestly, the more videos we watch on his TikTok account, the scarier it gets.
I'm literally convinced there's somebody in my bathroom. Oh my just heard footsteps, and I don't know what the fuck that just was. Bro. All my towels just fell. Somebody just yanked all my towels down. Bro. Yo. I heard. And then I video, and then that just happens.
The bathroom is too small for someone to be hiding as he quickly opens the door and turns around to give us the full view. There was definitely a bang coming from inside though. And why would anyone willingly dip their own towels in the toilet? Commenters seem concerned that his reactions are feeding the entity that is roaming his house. His evident fear seems to only make the activity stronger.
I came downstairs, I grabbed some Kit Kats, I literally walk out, and I turn, bro, up here, not even kidding, something was up here and I went, whoop! I go to take my phone out, and something, right here is my parents' bathroom, I heard, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, something running up there. I thought my dog was up there, all the dogs were down here. And this is where that face was staring at me over the balcony. Bro, like there's, what the was that? Yo, what the bro, that, how the did that just, this thing just got pushed down the stairs. God bless. I gotta get the out of this house, yo. Oh my God, all the dogs are freaking the out. This is not good. If I didn't catch this on camera, no one would believe me right now. This is like every man for themselves in this house. I gotta get the out of here. Oh my God. For real, Tiberius, it's like, what the like, how does that shit happen? What the is going on? What the I gotta get the out of this house. Yo!
It seems that he only has these experiences when he's home alone. Is this entity preying on him? While the items falling could be his sisters messing with him, timed motors, or just a coincidence. His voice and body language tell us he is not fooling around. Make sure to follow @MattyMagarachi on TikTok to stay up to date with his creepy encounters. You can also find him on YouTube under the account Matty Magarachi's Demon House.
Curtains can often stir up a little discomfort, aiding the ever-growing dread you feel that someone or something could be hiding behind them. Rick Whimsy on YouTube captured some footage that will have you double and triple checking behind yours. The cameraman seems to be taking us on a gentle night tour of an empty hospital, but as they carefully tread forward, something startles them into whipping around, only to discover that they might just not be alone. Now there was nobody around to pull that curtain, and there was nowhere a string could have been tied or pulled. So what does this mean? The cameraman sprints away after checking behind the curtain. Can't say we blame him. Here's to hoping he got out of there before whatever pulled the curtain back decided to grab a hold of him too. Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, don't forget to bump the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet.
YouTuber Shamir Abbas suddenly vanished back in 2020. His 1.62 million subscribers were completely left in the dark, with no clue where he could have gone. Strange posts began popping up across his social media platforms. Strange garbled letters and dark murky photographs left commenters convinced Shamir was possessed by the devil himself. When he finally returned to social media, he had a tale of sheer horror to unleash upon us. He wanted to capture some new haunted content for his subscribers, but he had to pay one hell of a price for it.
और आपको दिखाऊं कि जिन और भारी चीजें इस दुनिया में एग्जिस्ट करती हैं। तो आज हम एक जगह पर आए हैं और ये ओल्ड प्लेस नहीं है, लेकिन यहाँ पे जिन भूत होते हैं, एग्जिस्ट करते हैं रात के टाइम। और जब भी कोई यहाँ पे काम कर रहा होता है तो चीजें आती हैं, वट्टे ऊपर कोई आते हैं जो काम करते हैं, कभी मिट्टी आती है उनके मुंह पे, कभी चेहरे उड़ के गिरती हैं। तो यहाँ पे कोई आता ही नहीं है और ये काफी साल से यहाँ पर काम जो है बंद हुआ है। तो उसने मुझे ये बताया था कि ये जगह बिल्कुल भी सेफ नहीं है, यहाँ पे मत जाना, रिस्क ले रहे हो तुम लोग। फिर हम तो रिस्क लेने आए हैं। देखिए हम वो चीज कर रहे हैं सिर्फ फैंस के लिए। फैंस के लिए तो ऑब्वियस बात है, रिस्क लेना तो बनता है। देखते हैं, सर्वे करते हैं इस जगह की जगह कितनी खतरनाक है, कोई ऐसी चीज है जो हमें कैमरे में हम कैप्चर करें। ये आपकी हिम्मत है कि आप यहाँ पे आए हो? लक्कर है, ये पता नहीं क्या है, ये ऑक्सीजन शॉर्ट, ये ऑक्सीजन क्या है, ये कोई मूवमेंट नहीं है भैया, ध्यान से यहाँ को मूवमेंट नहीं है। कहाँ से ये बात? यहाँ से, इस साइड से। नहीं यार, तुम लोगों ने तो नहीं किया? कोई है यार, ड्रामे तो नहीं कर रहे? नहीं, इस साइड से बात आई है। अगर किसी ने नहीं, अगर किसी ने किया तो बता दो भाई। भैया हम तो आपके साथ थे। ये बात यार कौन कर रहा है? तो गाइस जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि लोग कहते हैं कि यहाँ पे कि ऊपर से बंदे आते हैं, चीजें आती हैं, साइड को यहाँ से आइए, थोड़ा सा झूठ करते हैं, थोड़ा सा। क्या हो क्या जानना है? मैंने कहा इसको पता नहीं कुछ हो रहा है, अजीब सा हो रहा है इसको। तो डरने की क्या बात है? जैसे वो कहता नहीं ना, घबराने की कोई बात नहीं। तो वही चीज है, घबराना नहीं, काम नहीं करो। यहाँ चलते हैं, यहाँ पर पता नहीं इधर ने चेक नहीं किया, वही का यहाँ पे कैमरा ना टूट जाए हमारा। भाई कैमरा नहीं टूटता, 5 मिनट और साथ सारे चल रहे हैं। नहीं यार 5 मिनट यार, हम मजाक ले रहे हैं, कुछ नहीं हो यार। इतना आपसे पहले भी आपसे थी, जब मैं आया था तो मैंने जो कुछ देखा, बेहतर ये है कि अब आप यहाँ से चले जाए तो ये आपके लिए। चलो यार, चलो सिर्फ आधे घंटे की बात चले चले गाड़ी से भाई आज नहीं तंग कर यार, थोड़ी हो जाता है। जो डर रहे थे बहुत ज्यादा, उनकी जगह ये भाई आ गए, ये शूट कर रहे थे हमारी वीडियो। तो अब इन्हीं के साथ कारी साहब के साथ मिलकर इन्वेस्टिगेट करेंगे, देखते हैं कैसा आता है। बाकी यार भाई अगर आपने ट्राई करनी है ना तो ऐसा करो, आप खुद बैठो यार, ये लड़कों को वापस भेजो यार। आप गवर्नमेंट की बात है भाई। नहीं भाई यार, नुकसान इनको आप साइड पे कर दो, आप जानो और कारी साहब जानो भाई, इसको फिक्स कर दो, कुछ नहीं होता। तो गाइस इस जगह पे हम अब इसलिए मैं यहाँ पे कैमरा सेट किया है कि ऑब्वियस बात है, ये बाकी कमरे में जाने नहीं देते, डर रहे हैं सारे। तो ये वो जगह है यहाँ पे जब भी।
The group wanted to document the existence of the jinn, but Shamir seemed a little more into it than the others. We can see from the start that his group aren't particularly jumping at the chance to explore like he is. The rocks falling and eerie bangs throughout the building would be enough to drive anyone out of there. But Shamir is determined to get enough footage, and that was where it all went wrong.
थोड़ी देर के लिए ना यार, ड्रामेबाज शूट खत्म करना है। क्या होता क्या यार, शूट खत्म कर यार, ड्रामेबाज का चलना है यार, जल्दी कर, चल एक्टिंग ना कर, चले यार, ड्रामेबाज का मेरी यार, ये क्या यार, क्या हुआ है? शादी यार कोई करता हूं, खुलासा देखो यार, शमीर को शमीर क्या बोलो, कैमरा छोड़ के आ जाए यार, छोड़ना ना यार, छोड़ना ना भाई। क्या हुआ है शमीर?
He starts to feel something taking over him. His friends believe he's messing with them. And while that may be a possibility, the look in his eyes and the manic contortions of his body tell us otherwise. Before they entered the building, they knew they were taking a huge risk, but they certainly weren't prepared for this. Shamir's screams only seem to get louder and more deformed as the night goes on. We can't even begin to imagine the fear and pain he goes through. Luckily, somebody in the group knew Holy Scripture and began reciting it, which seemed to protect him from the demon, but it didn't do much for the rest of the group. After he breaks free from everyone's grip, he lashes out towards the group, abruptly ending the recording. He says he has experienced bouts of unconsciousness and possession for weeks after the incident, and perhaps the demon inside him could be the reason for his bruises and the strange social media posts. Paranormal investigation gone wrong, or something else? Let us know what you think down below. In this video, posted by Reddit user Lucky1196, there might be more than meets the eye. At first glance, it seems to be a harrowing video of somebody's last moment. But when we take another look and slow it down, it starts to make less sense. The figure is milky white all over, almost glowing, and usually, as a commenter pointed out, if somebody were to be jumping from that height, they would calmly stroll to the edge and tip off the edge. They also wouldn't fade as they fell. Something definitely isn't quite right here. But what do you think? Raw paranormal footage or some very clever editing skills? Let us know in the comments section. This footage, uploaded on the official YouTube channel of Chicago Telerad in February of 2022, comes to show that even those involved in medicine or science in general have a great face for a paranormal punch. According to one of their diagnostics radiologists, the team activates the security system every night before leaving the conference room, and they also make sure all the entrances and exits are properly locked. That night, the alarm system went off and started recording. we can actually hear what sounds like a doorknob turning. Then we can clearly hear the door shut too. There is absolutely no one present, and they claim that the footage wasn't edited in any way. But while we can't see anyone around who could be blamed for a prank, we leave it up to your imagination to decide what went wrong here. Uploaded onto the YouTube channel, The Dark Path Scary, this creepy ass video will leave you scared to even walk down the road. What the hell happened there? She literally went flying. Let's dig a little deeper. If it were a hefty gust of wind, the guy in the orange top would have been impacted by it too. And it doesn't look like some weird gymnastics that she performed herself. It looks like someone or something threw her to the ground. A more logical explanation would be that while making a right turn, the truck caught an overhead power cable, dragging it until it eventually hits the lady. How lucky was the guy in the orange top? He not only found a note on the floor, but while crouching to pick it up, also avoided a brutal cable slap. One thing's for sure, if you ever wondered what does a paranormal punch in the face look like, now you know. What do you think? Fancy camera work or real aggression from the afterlife? Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, don't forget to bump the like button and subscribe to avoid missing our weekly Spookfest. Sometimes, hearing something weird inside your home every day motivates you to hook up some equipment and capture whatever is down there on camera once and for all. But this video left the uploader frozen with fear, shuddering on the spot. Because after all, ignorance can be bliss. Some sort of shadow imposing and hunched over appears to be stalking through the room. Posted by The Clowning on Reddit, they seem a little shaken up over the video considering it was sent by a trusted member of their family. Would such a close relative send their family fake ghost content? Skeptics have picked up on a few things, the time in particular. The time of the video does not change for the whole 17-second clip, which raises a few eyebrows, but a few people told the thread that the number on screen is the total video length and not the current time. But some more flaws were detected, such as the playhead not moving. Turns out it is 17 seconds out of a 10-hour video, so we wouldn't have seen the playhead move at all anyway. But that just raises another question. Why did someone decide to just film their downstairs room on the floor for 10 hours and then send it to a family member? This could easily just be staged, but the Clowning responded to these comments saying his relative had recorded her home before. They initially thought it was to deter burglars, but it was actually because she was hearing noises downstairs when she was trying to sleep. Turns out there was something rather than someone scoping out the rooms come nightfall.
Hey, YouTube thinks this video is perfect for you to watch next. Let's see if they're right. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon, and turn on all channel notifications to avoid missing our weekly Spookfest. Thanks for watching. Stay in the dark.